What's up, everybody? We are joined today via FaceTime. Very special guest. You've seen his band play all over South Florida. You've seen them play at Sunfest. And this coming Saturday, August 27th, you can see his band, The People Upstairs, play live by the Sandbar by Palm Beach Inlet. Welcome to the podcast, Casey from The People Upstairs. What's going on, man?
Oh, no, just doing great, man. Another beautiful Saturday here.
How long have you guys been doing Live at the Nut?
So this is the fifth. This will be the fifth time that we've done it. We don't do it every year, so it's not necessarily fifth annual. Right. I should probably know this, but I don't remember when the very first one was. But I want to say, we've skipped a few years here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a little bit since the very first time that we did it. It was kind of it was just a buddy of mine just dreamt this thing up, and we were out playing at the Key Lime House one night, and he just came over and was like, "Hey," I didn't even know him all that well at this point, and he was like, "Hey, what if we put you guys on a barge and brought you out to the Sandbar and just played on the Sandbar?"
And then just evolved from that?
That sounds so badass.
And I was like, and it was just like, yeah, all right, cool. Well, how do we do that? And he's like, I'll take care of it. So this guy, Mel, he kind of commandeered the whole thing. He set it all up and did everything. I mean, we literally just kind of went out and did it. And, at that time, which, we started to talk about earlier, we more or less asked for permission to do it. We got approval from the Coast Guard. We got we hired the Marine Patrol to be out there.
Oh, wow.
We just we wanted to do it right, and we just wanted to be safe, and we wanted everybody to be cool. So we had green lights all over. Everything was cool. And about 2 weeks before it happened, we get a letter from Palm Beach County saying that you can't do this, and because you technically the Sandbar is part of Palm Beach County. However, it's really not, and it's really under the Coast Guard jurisdiction. So it's a weird kind of a thing. However, we had gotten approval from the Coast Guard even, but when it came down to it, nobody wanted to be the one to say that okay, you guys can do this, because it was just like nobody wanted to be responsible.
Well, that's the thing with the county is they don't.
If anything goes wrong,
and that's right, and I totally get that. So meanwhile, so we ended up doing it anyways against their, against them telling us not to do it. We just did it, and
Let's go.
they did send us a letter afterwards and said, hey, don't do it again. Shame on you, sort of thing. Meanwhile, other things were going on. I don't know if you ever heard of this thing called Floatopia.
Yeah. We know Floatopia.
Right. So, I mean, Floatopia was going on at the same time, not the same day, but like a weekend before. And that was a complete shit show. I don't know if I can cuss on this. But
Absolutely. Absolutely.
fine,
fire away.
Boats sank. I mean, people were getting fucked up, and, people were getting totally trashed, drunk. And
so that leads me, I was going to ask you, if you had any advice for the boaters, what would it be, the ones that are coming out?
Well, I mean, so the good news is that, a lot of our crew is all boat savvy,
right?
People, and we're not donkeys, and everybody's respectful of the water, and, so yeah, do people take it a little bit too far? Sure. But, they're not boat captains. I mean, we have a nice group, and sure. Everybody's just cool. It is a bit of a party. But also too, you just let's keep it.
You also gotta,
I guess,
be responsible. Drinking in boats around the water.
That's just it. Yeah, and everybody that comes with us. So we take this big. So back to where we first started. So originally it was a barge. We had this barge, and it was a friend of a friend sort of thing. Like I said, this guy Mel kind of put the whole thing together for us. Then we did it another time where we did it on a houseboat, and it was a houseboat that was anchored out there, and we played on the roof.
I think I was there for that one.
That was a big blue houseboat.
Yeah.
And we did it one other time on the barge, and then then we did it one time where it was this big I don't know how to describe it. It was like this shack, floating big shack, 2-story, gigantic. If you've ever been out to Peanut Island, you've probably seen this thing.
Yeah.
Artwork hanging on the side of it. So I reached out to the guy and I said, hey, this is what we do. And he was like, yeah, throw me $1,000 and you guys can take it for the whole day. So we did that one year, but that wasn't perfect either. And then last year we did it on the Manatee Queen, which is a 50-something foot catamaran.
Nice.
And I can fit the whole band on it, plus about 40 people, and everybody's all together. It's safe. If the rain comes, which it always does, they've got drop-down sides, and so I can have my whole crew all in one place, have all my equipment in one place, and if the rain comes, which it will, we have ways to, manage it. Whereas in years past, it's been a struggle because usually I've got to have multiple boats, bring in all the equipment, unloading, setting up. I mean, it's a whole thing.
Well, yeah, you're literally on the water.
And I got, band members that can't get there until noon, and then this guy, so it's a bit of a pain. But now we've got it kind of dialed in. It's really nice. But
Hell yeah.
So we should be.
Now, when you guys are set up, how close can people get to the actual barge? Can you take a paddleboard and paddle right up?
We play on the bow of the boat, and people are standing in the water in front of the boat. Yeah.
Okay.
You can. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And low tide is at about 3:00. We're going to play till probably 4:30. So the boat will probably be resting on the sand for 2 hours or so as the tide comes and goes. People. Matter of fact, last year we got a little rainstorm. This is like a big catamaran, so it's got 2 big hulls.
Yeah,
and
I remember that last year.
When the rain came, a bunch of people went under the boat, in between.
Why not? I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to make do with what you got.
That's it. Yeah. So the people that stand in the water are standing right in front of the boat. Yeah, people. So there's a couple ways to get there. Yes, you could paddleboard over. Obviously, if you have a boat, that's probably the easiest, best way. But you can actually take a shuttle to Peanut Island and then swim across. If it's not that hard of a swim to get across the channel.
Yeah, 100%.
But
especially at low tide, you could almost walk.
You can pretty much. Yeah. It's not that, but it's a pain if you've got a cooler. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
But you can paddle from Phil Foster and literally go straight over. And once you're over, you can pretty much walk. So we put the boat on the southwest corner of Peanut Island. Unless something changes weather-wise or whatever, that's where we'll be.
On the southwest corner?
Of the sandbar, not
on
Peanut Island.
That makes more sense.
Okay,
South.
got it. I think that's where there was some confusion last year.
Yeah. And honestly, you can't really miss it. It's
that's what I was thinking.
It's literally the biggest boat on the sandbar, and we have a humongous tarp or banner that we put up. So yeah, if you're out there, you're going to see it. And once we start playing,
you're going to hear it.
You're definitely going to hear it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You looking forward to it then?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's weird because it's like at some point right now, it's exciting. It's exciting, and then it's like, oh shit! All of a sudden, it's like, oh man, I got to do this, I got to do that. There's a lot of logistics that still need to get figured out here in this week, but
it's a lot of moving parts for sure.
It's a lot. It's a lot of moving parts, and we charge people to come with us. That's kind of how we are able to do this because the boat is very expensive.
Right.
So we sell hats and shirts and that sort of thing, and all of that kind of helps to be able to do this because we don't make any money. As a matter of fact, it costs money.
Yeah.
To do this, even with selling tickets and and shirts and hats and all that stuff combined, still barely break even. Last year, I think, was the first year that I came close to breaking even.
Yeah, well, I can only imagine, dude. Renting a boat that big, like that's a lot.
Yeah, it's expensive.
So if you want to, so if you wanted to get on the boat, is that kind of like your VIP
there's
package?
4 spots. It is. There's 4 spots left as of. I don't know when this will air.
This will air Monday.
Okay, so probably. I'm about to put a Facebook post up. There's 4 spots left. It's $200 to come on the boat with us, but that includes all of your beer. We've got some liquor on board. There's food the whole day. You come with us, you get a T-shirt, and you get to be part of the whole behind the scenes sort of a thing. And
how long of a day is that if you come on the boat? Like, what time do you get onto the boat?
Yeah, so low tide is at 3, so I'm not 100% sure, but it's like a 5 to 6 hour boat ride. When I say ride, I mean we leave the dock at probably noon. We get back at 5:30. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers, my guy.
I wish I was there with you having those, David.
I'm actually rocking your koozie.
You said there'd be some liquor on there, so I was
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, you said liquor, so I'm doing a shot.
Yeah, so the boat is really nice, and that's another thing that's really nice is I don't have to worry about captaining the boat. I don't have to worry. There's a bartender / she just kind of runs around the boat and helps out and cleans up and stuff. So it's awesome. You could just be sitting there, and the girl, Tiffany, I think, is the one that's coming with us this time. She'll come by and say, "Hey, can I fill up your beer?" Like,
nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah. This is awesome.
Love a good bartender. Shout out Tiffany.
So $200. I mean, it sounds like a lot, but
no, for what you get.
It sounds like you get what you pay for.
That's it. And the other thing that's nice is you don't have to drive a boat. You don't have to worry about all of that. And there's a bathroom on board, and there's drop down windows. So in the event of a catastrophe, let's say a big squall blows through, you drop everything. Everything's inside. All my gear, everything is protected. So it's like a no brainer for me.
Yeah.
And I would say so. There's 49 spots on board. I mean, with the band and, our plus ones and whatnot, there's probably about 25, 30 spots available. And most of them got snapped up last year when we got done. Yeah, because everybody that came last year pretty much is coming again.
Right.
So
that's a testament to how solid of a setup you guys have dialed in for sure. Yeah. How long have you guys been a band? For those that are listening that maybe haven't heard of you, what kind of music do you play, and how long have you guys been doing this as a band?
Sure. We're like a reggae, rock, funk party band.
Nice.
My kind.
So some people have said like a mix between Chili Peppers and Sublime.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I've seen you guys play a bunch. I think that's an accurate Chili Peppers, assessment.
Sublime with a little bit of old school funk kind of mixed in with that. We've been together over 20 years.
Wow,
a long time. We are old. We got together kind of right out of when we all kind of graduated high school. I mean, we're all local. I graduated from Atlantic High School in Delray, and that's where we all kind of met. And so, I graduated in '99, and we put the band was we were kind of screwing around and putting it all together right after that. So, almost 21, 22 years. We should be dialed in at this point.
Yeah, and how many members do you have? Like, what's your setup? Guitarist.
Yeah. So as of right now, we got 7. So it's grown over the years. When we first started, it was just 4 of us, and then most everybody in the band is a drummer. That's kind of how we all met. We were all on the drum line together. Okay. And so when we kind of first started getting together, and it was a lot of percussion and drums. And then I was actually playing drums, and then Gabe, came in, and at some point it was just like, well, we've got something going here, but nobody can sing. Everybody, it just wasn't working singing wise, and we had nobody to really sing. So at some point I was like, fuck it, give me the microphone. I can sing better than this. And,
there you go.
That's kind of how it all started for me learning how to sing, because I wasn't a singer. I was a drummer.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just
it takes some balls when you're not a singer to just get up there and start singing, dude.
When we first started, I didn't get out in the front. I would have like a whole percussion set up, and I would sing behind the percussion because I was just nervous.
Yeah.
Because it does. It's yeah, you're right. It takes some balls, and
it's kind of like the whole Dave Grohl approach. Went from drummer for Nirvana and then took over as started Foo Fighters and became the front man.
And like one of the greatest musicians of all time.
Yeah, yeah.
100%. Oh, absolutely. 100%. Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of how, I progressed as, being a singer. But, and then from there we added we've been through some members over the years. Right. One guy, had an issue with drugs, and that didn't and well, he's okay now, but just that was, we had to separate, and then we got another brother that came in, not my brother, but one of the Rangel brothers, and he played with us for a while. And we had another guy, Ryan, that was doing percussion. So we've been through some members, and I forget how long it's been, but Chris Cobb, his name is, we call him Cobb, but he started playing saxophone with us. I mean, he's been playing with us for a long time.
That guy's a murderer on the sax.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now there's Cobb, and then there's Cheese, who is the keyboard accordion player, and he's been kind of the most recent, if you will. But I mean, he's been playing with us for a long time. So, sometimes with 7 guys in the band, sometimes we can't have the whole band play. Sometimes, one of the guitar players can't make it or something. So, sometimes we play without having the full band there. But, if we're all together, which we will be on this Saturday, then it's 7. Yeah. And
is it pretty much going to be the same crew that was there when I think we saw you guys at Sunfest? Yep. Oh, absolutely. Man, you guys same band. Killed that.
That was fun. That was really.
I bet
was
it was, man.
That was a lot of fun.
Just from the different perspective for you, instead of like from the fan, like us being in the crowd, it's fun. But for a band to get up there, do the show, and like consider it fun and not like, oh, it was a bit of a drag or this, that, whatever.
So we played Sunfest once before, where we actually were billed, and we were on the official Sunfest lineup. However, when you're a band of, our caliber, if you will, you don't get a great spot at Sunfest. I mean, there's not enough time or space, to do it. It's just what it is. So, you end up getting, a 5:00 spot at the very south stage.
Yeah.
Which 5:00 on a Friday at the south stage, we all know there's nobody there.
No, everybody's still getting off work.
Yeah, exactly. So it is cool because you get the notoriety and you get to say, hey, we were an official Sunfest band, which was great. But then you get to the show, you got all this build up, and then you get to the show and there's 50, maybe 100 people, but 50, 100 people is not impressive when there could be thousands of people.
Yeah, when you have a space that big.
Yeah, especially when you have like an acre of space and there's 100 people there. It looks like a bar with 10 people in it.
Right, exactly. So
you'd rather play to a bar full of 150 people.
Exactly. So this last time we played Sunfest was really cool. It was actually it was a kind of a weird, funny way that we got even hooked up with it. Go ahead.
You were at the what was it, that Ford Bronco tent?
Yes. So I have a friend of mine that works with Ford. He's like, and it was just a weird kind of a funny thing. It was almost an accident because he didn't even realize or put two and two together. And then one day he was like, "Oh my God, I need a band to play, and you guys would be perfect. Do you want to do it? And we'll pay you and the whole deal." I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah, sign us up."
Absolutely.
It was actually way better of a fit for us because we got to play longer. We got to do our own thing. And it was like, we're good at being intimate and rowdy,
Sure.
and getting a crowd, all riled up. And that's what we did. And it was just a great fit. People weren't even in there. We're just, because we're in the middle of Flagler. So people were walking by, and I had more people call me like, "Hey, I saw you at Sunfest." And like, "Oh, you were there?" "Well, we weren't in, but we were walking by and we heard you guys." Like, "No shit." I mean, I had a bunch of people say the exact same thing. So I thought that was really cool. We got more of an exposure doing that than we would have playing 5 o'clock on Friday at the South Stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. So like we said, this will be coming out on Monday, but do you have any other shows that you want to really push for the next few weeks?
Yeah, we got another cool show right after the weekend right after Live at the Nut. September 2nd, we're playing at the amphitheater in Boynton, like downtown Boynton Beach.
Oh, cool.
They have like a Friday night, I don't know, whatever it is, Friday night concert or something. So that's like the following Friday. That's Labor Day weekend.
Where's that?
Oh,
at?
nice.
Where's that at?
Downtown Boynton, right on Ocean Avenue.
Right on Ocean Ave. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
It's a big brand new amphitheater. It's kind of nice, really nice down there.
Is that a free show, or is that you buy a ticket when you get there? That's a free show?
No, totally free. Yeah,
Hell
It's like they have like a First Friday event or whatever.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, it's food trucks and
Oh, that sounds dope.
stuff for kids.
Oh, we definitely got to check
We're
that
going
out.
to that.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll be there for sure.
And and we always got stuff we got a lot of, we're always playing. So
how can people find you on social media? What do they just?
Yeah, on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, anything you want to plug.
All of it is either, at The People Upstairs. Our website is thepeopleupstairs.com. Instagram is at The People Upstairs. Facebook, same thing, at The People Upstairs. And, Spotify, same deal, We've got a couple new tracks, actually, too, that we're kind of working on. They're not 100%, but damn close.
But they're in the pipeline.
So they're in the studio, just kind of waiting on me, really, to get it together and
come on, man,
the vocals and stuff.
You got to pump that stuff out, homie.
I know. I got to get on it.
We're just kidding.
Yeah.
I did want to ask. Freddie and I were talking. How did you guys get the name The People Upstairs? Were you just practicing in an upstairs apartment and you got a fine by someone complaining about the people upstairs, and you're like, "That's the name"? Or
I mean,
how did that come about?
Actually, you pretty well nailed that.
Yeah. Yes.
I said to him, I was like, "I bet you're right. I bet that's what happened."
So did you just come up with that?
Yeah.
20 minutes before we called you, dude. Like
That's
he
funny.
said it to me, and I was like, "You're probably right."
Yeah. So my dad had a plumbing business in Boynton, actually, right on the railroad tracks. That's where I was born and raised in Boynton, and most of the guys in the band were either from Delray or Boynton. I mean, we're locals.
Mm-hmm.
And so my dad had a plumbing business, and there was it was a 2-story building, and there was a loft upstairs. We're talking tiny. We called it the cave. That was the name. And one of the guys that worked for my dad used to live there, Spike. And a shout out to Spike.
Shout out Spike.
So he lived there forever, and then he moved out. So then there was nothing going on there, and at some point I was just like, well, we used to practice downstairs in the back of the plumbing shop, and it was just, I mean, you could imagine, no air conditioning. It's a hot warehouse. We would just sweat our ass off. And then one day I talked my dad into letting me move all the equipment upstairs. At least there was a shaker unit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was still hot as shit.
But that's better than nothing.
And I mean, it was all of probably 500 square feet. I mean, this is tiny. You know, it's a tiny, tiny little, just enough room for a little bed area with a efficiency kitchen and another room, which, you know, was like the room. There was a little tiny staircase to go up there. So that was the cave. And we used to play there. I mean, we would be there till 2, 3 in the morning. Sometimes we just spend the night there. And so this was all right around the same time when we were kind of putting the band together. And so, yeah, we were like, oh, we need a name. Well, there was an old lady across the street, and she used to call the cops. And then back in those days, it was a party. So we'd have people coming and going. And
right.
There'd be people downstairs. So usually they'd bang on the door and they'd holler up, cops, cops. So then everybody would shut all the equipment off. We'd all run downstairs and just pretend like, what's going on? Like, and then the cops would come and they would say, well, we got a complaint for the people upstairs. And the name stuck.
Nice.
That's
so rock and roll.
That's so
upstairs.
good.
And we'd look up there and be like,
nobody's up there.
There's not even anybody up there.
Oh, so you were spot on with your guess, dude.
Nailed it.
So that it was the old lady across the street that
shout out old lady across the street.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a people upstairs cover band called the old lady across the street.
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Yeah, it was funny, and so that's it just kind of stuck, and then 20-something years later, here we are.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
Well, awesome, brother. We don't want to take up too much more of your time.
It's all good.
This was a ton of fun.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Saturday, August 27th, live at the Nut. The people upstairs. Get your boats, get your paddle boards, get your canoes, your
Drink
kayaks.
some water when you're out there.
Bring out some water.
Drink a lot of water.
Because you heard the man. It's going to be a party.
Hell yeah, dude.
Absolutely. Yep. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. This was great. It was cool that we ran into each other the other night.
Yeah.
And, I'm happy to do it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome, brother.
Look
Happy to have you on
up
anytime.
stage as well, yeah.
Yeah, no worries at all. Yeah, I'll send me the link to this and I'll put it up and we'll get you guys going.
Fuck yeah, man.
Absolutely. This will drop Monday. Today's the 20th,
The
so
22nd.
Monday the 22nd.
Yep.
Perfect.
So.
Perfect.
This will drop on everywhere you get podcasts. Cheers.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. I gotta pour another one.
Yeah.
All right, you guys be good, man. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Take care, Casey.
Okay.